Folks, welcome to another VR video. Today I am playing Adventure VR on the Oculus Rift DK1. I recently acquired a old, kind of beat up Oculus DK1 dev kit because I'd never really tried a DK1 before. I also didn't have a computer set up that was available to run the DK1. I do have a video that I'm going to post also today that is the unboxing of the computer that I'm using to run this. It's a Windows 7 PC. I've got it all updated to the latest version of Windows 7. I'm running Oculus Runtime 0.4.3 and the configuration utility that's associated with that. And we're going to jump into a classic Atari 2600 game. Now, you walk into the TV to start. Also, I have no idea how to configure OBS on this, so you're going to have to deal with the fact that there's kind of a two-eye screen with one eye partially cut off by me in the top corner there. Sorry about that. Not much I can really do about that right now. But let's see, it says keyboard controls and joystick controls. The A, B, X, and Y buttons literally just drop items or change levels. So if we wanted to change to level 2, we could do so. Level 2 adds more difficulty, like a bat that steals items and things of that nature. I don't want to do that right now. The right stick turns, as it says here. The left stick moves. And the left trigger runs. And it definitely does. So it says, an evil magician has stolen the enchanted chalice and has hidden it somewhere in the kingdom. Find it and return it to his yellow castle. I can't actually read the bottom. It says, beware of dragons that something the kingdom. Now I'm sure using a different fidelity headset maybe, I might be able to read that. But on the DK1, it is not super clear as I pan down to that text. Again, walking into the TV starts. Let's go ahead and do that now. Here is the fabled Yellow Castle. Now, I've talked about it multiple times, including earlier this week on my channel. The Atari 2600 was my first console. So being back in this world is pretty trippy. I am playing Atari's Adventure in VR. One of the reasons why I got the DK1, and I also have a DK2 that I'll be using this system with, is because the DK1 era used gamepads, but also experimented with things that were nostalgia driven. People built things like this adventure game on a DK1 that somehow, like copyright restrictions and other kind of conventional, like it became more about sales and things that were sellable necessarily than things that were fun to experiment with. Like this could have just been a toy that someone built. The person that did build this did go on to build some other cool stuff. I think voxel paint was one of the things that they built. Look at that duck-like dragon. So they have built other VR experiences. I'm trying to remember. I think I want to go this way to get to the Black Castle key, if I remember correctly. It's been a long time since I played this game. There's the green dragon. I think the key is here as well. There it is. Yes! I can't believe I remember all this. So we'll drop our sword, because those were both of the dragons that we'd kill in this first stage. I don't think the red dragon is in the first stage. And now we're going to go navigate a maze using this black key. So the black key should get us into the Black Castle that's at the top of this maze, if I remember everything correctly. It's been a minute. I think I played this game last a couple of years ago for my birthday stream for my 40th birthday. So You don't really forget these mazes, but at the same time, Adventure was a top-down game where you played a little dot cursor. Now I'm playing this in 3D on a Rift DK1, and again, this is just amazing that the early days of modern VR produced such a cool experience. Let's see, I think it's this way. It's so weird to go through these turns, trying to remember by memory from a top-down experience. Yep, I messed up. That's okay. Now, interestingly enough, I was reading about the development of this title, and the person that made this actually built it with... Okay, so there's the red dragon again. So I kind of went around in a circle. Let's try going this way. I'm sorry, the yellow dragon. Built it with the support, with some advice from the original developer. I think his name is Warren Robinett, if I remember correctly. So he actually asked about things like the maze mechanics and the dragon mechanics, and got advice back from the actual developer of the Atari 2600 Classic. So it was pretty awesome that, you know, in the early days of VR, the support was still there. Like, it's the Wild West of VR, just like the 2600 was the Wild West of video games at home in general. I'm going to go back here because obviously I'm continuing to take wrong turns. Let's try going this way a bit. It's a little darker over here. Nope. Alright. Just lost in a labyrinth. Not the first time, won't be the last. And I know if I find, there's like a little bridge, if I remember correctly. Let's try going this way. I still feel like the other way was correct. Let's go this way. Gonna have just as much confusion should I finish this maze as I did starting this maze. But I also have to say, you know, from a motion sickness perspective, you'd think with all the snap turning and there, another dead end. All the turning and things that I would start to get sick, and I'm not, which is interesting. Go back here to the beginning. Collision detection is pretty darn good. I'd say as good, if not better, than the original game. Let's see if we go. Let's try going this way. See what happens. Dead end. Okay. So I feel like the only other way to go is over here. This is a big corridor here. Going this way. Oh, there it is. There's the Black Castle Suite. That's awesome. Alright. Oh, there's the bridge. So I don't know the shortcut right now to use that bridge, but we'll go ahead and try to go over it and see what happens. So inside this castle, not in this room, this is the brown room. I remember this. That's the magnet. So if you lost an item, you can come back to the Black Castle and get that magnet. But in this room, where we're going to leave the black key, is the chalice. And you're going to take that chalice, all the way back to the yellow castle. And that kind of defeats the evil wizard at that point. So let's cross this bridge when we come to it up here. There's the bridge. I feel like crossing the bridge is the right path to take because it's usually a bit of a shortcut. Now if you mistakenly place the chalice in a wall, you have to go all the way back to the Black Castle, to that same room, to retrieve it. Remember that. Keep going. Hopefully these twists and turns. Oh, wrong way. Okay. This is so much more difficult playing in a 3D environment in VR. Let's go this way. Hope this is right. Eventually this should lead us back to where we slayed the yellow dragon. Or to a dead end, one of the two. Let's see. I feel like this way. There's the yellow dragon. And then around the corner here should be the yellow castle. You can see it up in the corner there. That's cool. As we walk into the yellow castle triumphantly with this chalice, this is the point where magical fireworks will go off. And we have completed Adventure VR. And that's that. I hope you've enjoyed this look at Adventure VR. Again, I'm going to post the unboxing video for the computer that I'm using and also kind of the setup for the DK1 that I did with the demo scene. But I'm really loving exploring the history of modern VR. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me some feedback. If you didn't, just say, you know, that sucked. I don't really want to see things that are at this point from 2013. I want to see that new content, and I'll take that into consideration. But until next time, get out there and enjoy some VR of any kind for yourself. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.